Hello. Let's see if we're back and up and running, and if I remember how to do this. Looks like the stream is up, and let me just check the audio to make sure that everything is going well. I think everything is going well. I have changed none of my settings, but obviously we can have updates with regards to computers, software, and all that, and also game updates. There was a game update for Disco Elysium that I just recently downloaded as well. So it's been like a month at least, if not more, I think. Over a month since I last played. I had time off, I was doing some other stuff, I had no real ability to play Disco Elysium, and then I got sick as well, so I wasn't feeling too well. And I didn't want to like play the game while, well, basically being unwell. And it's also very cold right now, so I was very basically not in the right space to actually really be playing Disco Elysium. On the flip side, however, it does mean that I haven't played for around a month, and very likely I don't remember much of the story beats. Because of that, I don't remember the general gist of things, and as we get into it, I'm sure things will come back to me. I do know we've done the autopsy for the body, and that's going to be sent off this afternoon, evening time. And then Kim will go off, and we'll have some time to ourselves, but we won't be too lonely by doing it in the afternoon versus doing it like first thing in the morning, which is why I ended up going to the coast and around that area. So this is still day 3, and let's get into it and see, I assume, where we are. Yes, so we talked to this girl over here. So we are at 2:35, and I believe, so I can't remember how to really play the game, so that's going to be a problem. This is my current setup for my abilities. Empathy's at 8, so that's the highest. I think there were some things that gave me a negative point to empathy that I've, like some thoughts that gave me a negative to empathy that I've chucked away, and so now it's my highest. I love how authority is -2, but anyway. Suggestions at 6, composure's at 7, perception's at 5. Those are my 4 main points of interest. I think I mentioned this before. If I could restart the game, I would take 1 point off of intellect and put it onto motorics. Therefore, perception and composure would be 1 point higher as well. I would really like to do that. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, obviously, but you know, I would have preferred that. These things aren't as big a deal to me, although conceptualization can be really cool at times. Anyway, so that's my setup. This is my attire. I'm wearing the jacket because otherwise I will die without healing. I do like how Inland Empire is up there just because I have stats for it. I do have a lot of clothes. So, oh yeah, we have all the gauntlets. Then we've got the hand gauntlets, and we've got the boots as well. When did I get this? I don't remember actually. We do have these ones as well. +2 authority, but -1 composure, which I find kind of annoying. This is +2 interfacing, which is not that special either, really. I kind of want to keep my necktie on for the rest of the game. I don't know if there's any benefit to it, but we'll see. Kingdom of Conscience, Moralist Pants, +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. That's the thought, I think. Do I have that right now? I do have Kingdom of Conscience, so I wonder what +1 means. Does it mean I get extra volition and logic? So it's that +5. Yeah, so my volition can go up to +6 now. Then skill, psych base. Okay, so let's see if I take this off just to check. Wait, was I even wearing it? wasn't even wearing it. Yeah, I wasn't even wearing the pants. And I'm assuming I have. So what's my pants giving me here? Oh. +1 composure, okay. Let's switch this. And then go to volition. No, still 6. So I wonder what it does. +1 Kingdom of Conscience. It's one of the things that's really tricky with the game. You don't know. Some moralist dialogue options here. 1 morale. Maybe it means it has 2. My morale isn't really that big of a problem. It's the health that's more of a problem. And I tend to hurt myself more than anything else. Anyway, let's put the pants back on. Composure. Alright. So, we still need to get a hold of a sad song on tape. Okay, have we taken the stuffed bird to... Ah, this is so slow. To guard. Okay. Spirit is eternal. Buy the spirits from Rosemary. Okay. Find the murder weapon. You need to find the firearm that killed the hanged man. Something tells you it will take some time. You could start by identifying the bullet, so you know the weapon that shot it. After that, keep your eyes open and be patient. Perform an advanced analysis using HE coordination. I might have to look into my bag to do that. HE coordination. Okay, let me just think about that. I don't really need to do the fridge now that I've done the autopsy, I believe. Send victim's body to processing. Yep. So we should be good to do this sometime soon. We've already got 2 of these victims. I do like how it says this might take a while, like a long while. And I've already put like almost 30 hours into the game, more than 25 for sure. Because some of that might just be situations like this where I'm just talking through what I've done previously. And you know what? It's still gonna take a while. Like, I don't know what a long while is. I am kind of scared at how long this game is gonna take. Victim status, we don't know. Buy farm pass, Prove your authority, Find working class husband, yeah, this is a while. I think I already have, but it's kind of not clicked, unless I'm mistaken. The dude that was with at the south where there was a camp of drunkards. I think that was one of them was him. Find morale. I don't think she's found him yet. We found him yet. Add more beauty to the wall. Find government marked heavy fuel oil and return to the wall. Have I not done this yet? Let me check my thing afterwards. Find booze and drink it. Jam mystery. Find out who's the lady driver. Replace lost bull. Yep. Find smokes and smoke them. Okay. Who put the clothes in the trash? Oh yeah. The whirling trash. Joyce's info on lynching. Who made the call reporting the crime? Explore the whirling secrets passage. This will take a while. Sing karaoke. That's the last. That's like the first thing we were tasked with, and it's not been sorted yet. Okay, let's look at the map. We've opened up the church and the fisherman's shack. So yeah, the fisherman's shack is where I meant that dude was. So I don't know if there's any other areas within the game, if this is it, because we've pretty much done the fisherman's shack. We're close to the church, so we'll do that. I'm thinking that the areas behind the church and next to the fisherman's shacks look interesting, so there may be stuff to do there. And we can also, can we not fast travel? Can we not fast travel? I feel like we can. But I don't know how. How do we fast travel? So we can't do anything when we click on these things. Okay. So what did... So we have... the Suicide of Cross Mazov. I'm not quite sure I'm going to care for that. Motorway South could be interesting. Interesting. Do I really want that? This one is going to be useless, I think, since it's I've kind of used this. So, but then I don't really have anything else I want to pump up right now. Oh wait. So the 15th Indo tribe, Mazovian socioeconomic, some kind of superstar. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar. You're not Galen Lemillion or David Lewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring a rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect. I want to see it. Or some to say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Ooh, that sounds cool actually. Galen Lemillion. And this is... Will you suffer or suffer and suffer? Did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust, or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slandering new lines of some starlet Boot Denui 20 years ago? Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. Interesting. Head in the clouds. So to do this, my logic -2. I don't think I have a lot of logic. What happens if I have negative logic? Oops. With the low levels of logic, you are going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle, even if you find the pieces. Good luck putting them together. I need to get rid of whatever it is item that is killing. Oh, it's only one as well. Whatever weapon is killing my logic. The glasses, okay. I can do that. In fact, I can give it logic. Giving it logic might help. And then I can go and... I do like this. So let's get rid of this. I have 2 skill points. Some kind of superstar. Alright, cool. Alright, so I need to remember to keep the glasses on. Otherwise, my logic might fail bad. So perception, I don't mind adding another one. Got composure high, suggestion, also I don't mind adding more. But we'll leave it for now, and I'll decide on my other point what I want to do with it later, I think. I love how we have no endurance whatsoever. Okay. So we've talked to her. Actually, no, wait, no. Let's do the ledger thing, because I think... sorry, items. Yeah, this is the heavy do... Oh wait, have I not taken the heavy fuel? I've already done this, right? Where is a boombox to play? So I think it's the...
The bullet is still safely sealed away. in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp.
Okay. 14 for hand-eye coordination, and I only have 3. I don't want to burn it, so... We'll leave it for now. It's always weird, I don't know what I want and what I don't want. It's just the white checks, and, you know, if I fail it, so what? So I have -3 authority. I'm gonna guess the my thoughts have a minus authority or something. No. Actually, this one is kind of pointless as well. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. But +1 XP for every op clicked. I got that. Yeah. +2 hand-eye coordination against enemies in FT 500 armor. Actually, 20% zoom out distance. I remember using that last time. Today we just spent like 15 minutes running through this, getting back into the game. So yeah, I don't know where the other minus authority comes from. How come I'm not wearing a hat? Okay, that's why. I don't really have anything. This is kind of eh. Oh, I want to look into the ledger. Can I interact with the ledger?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawn without resistance or sound. The 2 panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. Inside, you see 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
I assume this is actually, like, you can actually do this, so we're going
It's
to like...
slightly, ever so slight. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
Oh, this is
Not
a previous
much
case.
has changed in the meanwhile.
Okay. So I can highlight things with L1, yeah. Oh no, don't zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, that way.
Come on, get in. The warm stuff's sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Oh, wow. No Safed Ultra. This is really big for what's... Wait, what? Oh no, sorry. It's a really big space for what is a really small one. Oops. Let's talk to the guy at the back first.
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
What if I want to speak to you?
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your side.
Before he's finished talking, he's already turned back to his tools.
Maybe you should just stand there, watch him rattle his toolbox, get to know his side.
Yeah, let's do
The
that.
contents of the young man's toolbox are organized in a neat yet eclectic manner. He is constantly checking out the various tools and parts and rearranging them slightly. It's a bit hypnotizing if you look at it long enough.
I have all kinds of screws.
Let's just nod.
They'll come in handy for fixing the church exterior. Talk to Andre. No point in standing here. The signs are really out of tune.
Sync the signs. Oh, okay.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
Egghead.
It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Perhaps. By talking to Andre first, I assume.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Doesn't look young.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I ain't shaking your hand.
This is my posse, Noid.
Okay.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Dude, we've already had a chat.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Okay, so how many have you, like how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Okay.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
That's fine. Was there something you wanted?
Ah, so you've met her. Good, good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of Marcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads.
Burnouts.
Okay.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The word.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
Okay.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
An opinion. Let's just agree with him.
Yes, yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
What do you mean by that?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Sure, tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchange giddy looks.
So what's the status of the church?
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I was going to say, does that mean the people inside are locked inside?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Okay, this... Oh, okay. The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction. Be the cool cop, catch it. This is a red check. It's fine.
It's
I
as
failed.
if time has frozen somehow. You
But I
think you
healed.
can sense
Oh,
the
it's so
heat
good.
in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Okay, that sucked.
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better.
Okay. Overreaction from us, but I'm wearing glasses as well, so that should really help.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
Put some black paper, okay.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
Sure.
I hope that settles it. Or wait. The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
Okay, so how long have those people been in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
Okay. That's nasty. In terms of like myself with the whole throwing the key in the eye thing, I was kind of hoping that I would have kept my health go up, which is why I'm like super fine with the red checks and failing them. It's weird. I love that thought process that I have for that. So, anyway, getting back into it. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is not good enough though.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here. You are. I'm glad that key is out of my hands now.
Right.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
So you haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Yes, thanks, Head.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
Okay. But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So what was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Are you sure that was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
I can't remember if I had this conversation with her.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Interesting. Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Okay. Talk about something else.
Sure. What?
Oh, I saw let's talk about. I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with that kid?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
Master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
And how do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Okay, have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes owning the church. Who are these?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Founding party, okay. So, Meteoran.
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country, on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
Okay. Okay, and so the founding party, I do know them, but can you refresh my memory?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
It doesn't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their church.
You're totally wrong about that.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love.
Guy's voice is killing me.
Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, and it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, just enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
Okay, I thought there'd be more than that. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
It sounds like you're just saying random things.
Are we?
Yeah!
I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Okay. Don't know which one I want. I understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. No, this is too much. We'll go with this now because I just want to be on the good side.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so. Great.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
Aw. You should know I'm just lying, so, we'll see. I feel like I'm hoping I can make a final choice later.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if, they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Cool. I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
I hate to tell you this, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Wait, I smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
It's mixed with peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. A shrug is good enough for us. Why say it when you can shrug it?
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
The Nosafed Ultra.
Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some too?
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Alright.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Okay. I love how I've got these +1s. Granted, they're only +1. I have a -1 as well, and yet still it is like nowhere near enough. All right, that's it for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Can I get? If I got a 12, then a 2 with logic, that's 14, and then 15, 16. So I need 12 to actually get it. Oh wait, talk to Noid.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with.
Yes.
That's fine, man. But I've got to warn you, our signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my psi on.
But I thought we'd be okay now.
I'm doing what I can.
It's not easy for him. It probably took him years to get used to Andre.
Tell me about the machines you saw.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural. So you think it's real? That it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
Oh no, I'm becoming a moralist though. How's this gonna play out?
Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. And why are you called annoyed?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Okay. Let's go with
The young
Egghead
man with
once again.
the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent.
All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeble-ish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore!
Is it though?
Oh. It is!
What is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
What? Really? Damn. I was thinking that too.
I am the Mike Enforcer. I am the Chicks Checker. Yeah!
Oh. Okay. Kim.
Yes?
Okay. So let's look at the different tasks that we got. Okay, so we've got the Help River Start a Nightclub. Solve the Egghead puzzle. Yeah. Sync the signs with Noid. Okay, so that's the new stuff. Okay. Did I get a level? No. I just got some points, okay. So I'm supposed to gain points from all the orb stuff, but I don't know if I actually am. Let's talk to
The
Estelle once
shaggy-haired
again.
girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help you.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
For weeks. Okay. But they've only put the lock on recently? Okay. So the others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
I mean, like, just tell me.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, let's see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe.
Okay.
She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Okay.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
Interesting. What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, quit stalling. What did he look like? What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
You were wrong, I do believe you.
Why?
What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the question.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Well, what about you then? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay. I forget, is that supposed to have some meaning? I forget my conversation with her previously as well. Okay. Maybe I'll ask later.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
I've asked all these other questions. And we've done the thought.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
Okay, superstars? Oh, -1 logic, damn. I think we already had -2 just for this. However, learning cap for suggestion and composure have been raised. I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Oops, wrong one. So, oh, suggestion. Visual calculus as well. Up to, how many is that? 7. I mean, not that I'm gonna like code that high, I don't think. Even composure. Oh, perception, empathy. Okay. I still have my skill as well that I can put somewhere. Wrong one. Get a cell to talk about her associates. Oh, after you help set up the nightclub. Okay. Okay, so like seriously, can I actually like? How do I? I know I can fast travel. Do I have to go to a specific point? Okay, so now I have to. I don't know how to get off this place actually. So that's a church. Oh, I can't go this way? No. So that's a church. Oh, there's money there. I'm gonna get the money first. I want to go back because, ooh. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Can I climb? Yeah. An altar shrouded in dark, something like that. It's too dark to tell. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. St. Brune 1147. Okay. A dead phone. A smashed receiver like someone hung up too hard. Oh. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Do I want to call someone?
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Sure, call a random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this?
Inland Empire is like calling me out.
End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Is this the one we did last time? Let's just go with it. Yes, it's me.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
What kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. Calling, still someone with a...
Hello, Gerard
I just assumed it was the same number, so it was a different number, was it? Yeah, it's a different number. I just thought he was going to call the same number again. You know what, Gerard, it's a douche name, change it.
What are you, like 5? Thanks for calling, asshole.
Phone. Disconnect tone. Calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man.
Ooh.
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Ooh. You know what? Let's go with the bottom one. I'm so like disconnected from how I was playing originally, but I did want to play originally like this decent kind of cop. That's why I chose empathy. So let's try and do it this way, because I am so tempted to do this, pick number 2 and screw this guy over. But I also get the feeling that this game will change it to like have like there will be an effect of picking this choice. So you know what? And this one is also really dodgy. This one I get money out of this, which is why I'm kind of like would take it. But you know what? Let's center ourselves again and remember what kind of like how I wanted to initially play, and that was kind of to be like a decent person. So I think that was mostly born from the fact that the stuff that happened before the game started, how we acted in the whirling in. We were kind of, I know we have an amnesia, I don't remember, but we were kind of acting really bad. And so I feel like it was a nice tone set to kind of like want to change and be better. So we'll still try and go with that. We'll still try.
The phone gets hanged up fast as lightning. All you hear is a little shuffle of nylon as the hand moves on the other end. Disconnect tone.
No.
Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
What are you tired of?
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Ooh. I like how this is a weird interfacing. Is only 3, but it's a medium call. I have +1. Oh, why is it so high? It's just 5. Okay.
You close your
I
eyes
got a
and
12.
put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on the number, then move one up, and repeat the motion twice.
I got a 12. I feel like I wasted a 12 on that.
Strange. This is not how you started before.
Wait, what did I just do?
You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. It is another destination on another Isola. Some far-off nation-state.
Okay.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling.
There's more?
Yes. 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks.
Okay.
451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection.
Okay.
An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, small ring in a cage of distortion. Far away, a distant network of phones.
Continue.
Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world.
Oh.
Calling still.
Oh.
The lieutenant is too far away to hear your yelp. The sea wind blows.
This is a rent check. I don't think I'll have another chance to do this anyway. It's impossible, man. I'm not gonna get it at 12. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it either way. So, but I'll get something like life or morale.
You can't. Some strange force is keeping the headset glued to your hand. Your ear listening to the ring in the speaker. Calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
Oh wow. Hello?
Who is this?
Your voice is so beautiful.
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
Who is this?
Dora. Who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you, to make it possible to live. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing.
Oh. This is so much more than I was expecting when I started calling these random numbers. Is someone there?
No answer. You're not sure, but you think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise.
I like how goodbye isn't even like the proceed option. I'm just gonna say it. I want to die.
What?
Your voice makes me want to turn into dust.
Oh no. Is that you?
Goodbye?
A sigh. She heard you, but she does not hang up. And neither do you. You can't.
I'm a revolutionary servant of humanity. I will free mankind and abolish the classes. I will raise the dead.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
Oh. Oof. Harry, how do you know my name?
Because it's me. Look, I don't understand what you're saying or why you're calling me. You seem drunk.
I'm not drunk or high, I'm just hurt.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here.
Sounds like she's looking for a clock on the nightstand.
It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
I want to talk about me.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
Where are you?
I'm in my rover, sleeping.
Where are you going in 2 hours?
To work.
Where?
The academy, where I work.
The academy, that sounds better than my job.
No response, only a sigh. The connection crackles like burning paper.
I am the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man.
She does not answer anymore.
I'm going to solve it.
Harry.
Disconnect, Tony. The machine ran out of money. You dial the number again. 20's in the mid calling. Call the headset lands in the cradle with. You dial the calling, and calling for who knows how long, but no one answers. You need to insert more money to call again.
No, wait, I'm gonna hurt myself.
The cold metal is hard and hurts your knuckles. You look at them, turning purple. It didn't give you any fun for that money. Your hand is turning blue now. Blood drips to the ground. Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too? You're right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights.
Okay, I did not expect that whole sequence. I did not expect to be going, to be calling basically our ex-wife. Wow. Before I do anything, I kind of want to those might be the guys doing that. The morale cryptozoologist kind of person. So I want to go and do the body thing. No, really. Can I just cross? I need to find a way to do the fast travel because I don't remember how to do the fast travel. Can I do it from my place here?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're on the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough... The bed is comforting.
Allez-vous. I'm guessing I'm gonna run by my vehicle. So can I get anything from here? I just assumed I could pick up the heavy fuel oil. Ooh, money. That was a long number to call as well, so she moved really far away. A big breaker box to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside? I had decades old concrete defenses, children pay on them now. I'm pretty sure there's a shortcut. I forget how to do the shortcut. Let's get the body sorted before it's too late. Can I get heavy fuel from here?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
I haven't heard that music in a while. The whirling in music.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's bag him. Take him away.
All right.
Whee! So Kim takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Oh, wow. Kind of expected more than that. Alright.
Can I help you?
I found a new bird.
What is this thing?
It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
Cool. Can I go into Kim's place? Damn.
door is closed. Still nothing. Still. This door can only be opened with a key. Still nothing.
So I've talked to these guys.
Yes? What is it?
Yeah, I do like how perception out there is high, but this one isn't it?
Behind the dockworkers, a
Heroic.
ceiling height window.
It's
The
not time
hawthorn
yet.
branches
Minus
scrape
12.
the glass like
So
bony
even-
fingers.
Mysterious door seen. Which mysterious door is that? Is it the whirling it? The one, this one. It's just the mysterious door. Seems like unlikely, but you never know. Ah, I missed the music in this place. Alright, so we have one more. I don't really know what to put it in. I could put it into volition or endurance, really. Hand-eye coordination isn't too bad, I guess. Reaction speed. Interfacing. Composure, obviously. Well, this is the thing. I did get that thought that boosted my... suggestion and composure. However... like I'm not using it much, so am I going to get to a point where I need that many, you know? That's an 11 right there. I can only go up to 12, sorry, 10 here, so I can go even higher with this one. 12. So the ones you've not put anything in don't highlight themselves, do they? Interesting. So I have quite a lot of more. I know I have -4 damage. That's what's like burning me. But otherwise, I have quite a lot of volition. So I've done my logic, so I can take this off, I think. And replace it with, was it this? What, minus authority, yeah, no, we're fine. Okay. So I got the thought I might as well bump another one up, but what do I want? Motorway South is interesting, but it feels like I'll open one more. Do the motorway, but maybe not finish it. Because the 15 Indo tribe is also kind of interesting to me. But this is like 6 hours, so I should be able to burn time. Anyway. What tasks do we want to do? Sell, Ravers, Song. Okay. I probably shouldn't go into the church just based on the description of what's in there. I need to figure out how to do this quick travel. I'm trying to think. Yeah, where was the quick travel thing? Maybe it's like an outpost or something that you can interact with, like a sign or something. Ooh, money. Wait, I can actually go this way? That's weird. Okay, that's weird. Huh, okay. Let's talk to these people up here. Oh.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Try to see inside again.
Dripping water falls from a high place.
Wait, what?
All you can see is the shadow. Dripping water. Dripping water.
Finish thought. Okay.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You, officer, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I was just telling my son about this building. Not many people appreciate the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Oops, oh my god, wrong button. I hate that so much. Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Alright, you were talking about the building, go on.
Very important. Mikhail, say hi to the officer.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into verbs lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All three of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Research and development. Look at the building.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Wait, what's an R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Maya Kalpa, you are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
Mm-hmm. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
So is this Feld Electrical the 15th Indo tribe, maybe, thing?
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Huh, maybe this is what's in the church. Some of this other stuff. You're saying that Feld built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
Oops, sorry, I need to move a bit. So what happened to the engineers, the company people?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that
was
destroyed.
Oh wait!
Yes, to lure. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
That sucks. So maybe we can guess what happened.
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombecer dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How did those tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort.
Okay.
It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Jews joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Wompty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
Okay.
What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
I like how we were successful in all of these. So yeah, let's ask that.
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up.
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
So wait, the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
FPE. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Let's ask something else.
But of course, what else?
You look like someone with money.
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
Could I have some
no,
of that?
I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
By the way, do you work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
What's that?
It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantangs, as it used to be the best means of showing off to look for a bride, which, interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the traditional rural tribes of the Lomantang Isles, which...
He goes on to give you a detailed overview of their way of life, the amiable, slightly nervous smile not once leaving his face.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying?
I don't really remember what I was saying.
Then I guess everything got said, right? I do some Lomantang stick fighting as a little like a Berolidan addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
Wait, what does this man know about Berolidan addiction?
Hold on.
You got me, detective. But my history should hardly come as a surprise.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that. And a special costume.
Interesting.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
I don't think you picked my brain. I really doubt that. So what thought did we get? Woomty Dumpty Dum. Ooh, -1 suggestion. I don't like that. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly-shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins, Guy and Keith Juice, are the stars of the show. With their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wumpty Dumpty Dummiest event of the year, and the cookies have RSVP'd. Where are you if you are not here? If not there, sorry.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Ah, yes, their famous motto. A fine example of technological optimism from...
He says something, but the wind blows and you can't hear him. Alright, cool. Did I miss out on some stuff back here? I feel like I did. In my wanderings.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Is that to jump over?
The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Postcard. Items, postcard. This one has hell written on its back. It could not be further from the truth. It's the boom years, and Kuran, the nicest district in Revachol West, is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise from the riverside, steel, iron, and yellow limestone, with cloud shadows sliding on the facades. Where's this ugly jacket? This? No. Wait. Where is the jacket? Oh. Here. This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. You can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How did it get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
You know what? Don't think
Good
about it.
Good choice. The less you think about the jacket, the better.
Can I sell it? Like, I can't do anything else with it. I'm only thinking like it's something I could do before I go to sleep. That way, if there's some issue, then, you know, I can just sleep it off. What's this? Coin-operated weighing machine. Huh? Vagrants have recently painted the top red. Water drips from it. Megabinos, prescription glasses. Let's have a look at that. +2 encyclopedia, -1 perception. Nausea-inducing hell glasses. Whose idiotic idea were square and beige plastic frames anyway? Beige is a color that does not look good on anyone. Not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. Yeah, but if they're prescription glasses, though, you know, someone needed them, or it worked for someone at least. Okay. Where else can we go? Big wine canister. Wine canister.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Oh no. It's a dead corpse.
Yes, a sense of dread washes over you as you look ahead.
I had another thought though. I had a blue one. What's the blue one? There you go. You know what? Let's save. New save. When it did that, I thought it was going to like load. Oh, made me worry for a second. So that's it, buddy.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Okay. Where am I on the map? So this is where the wheel would have been, but it's currently not there. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
There's some tear, two empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Alright, let's do this.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Continue.
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Okay.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
I did not expect to be doing this without Kim. Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
I like how composure is chiming in.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Okay. Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
So are you telling me there was no foul play here? He just slipped, hit his head on the bench, and injured himself. He might have just knocked himself out, or he might have actually... that might have been the killing blow, or it might have been something else that made him unconscious, and there was some underlying issue that then he didn't recover from. So it could have been instant, it might not have been instant.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Yep. Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
So it was instant, more or less. Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Looking.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Nearly the whole pack? Was he like, he was smoking and he was chewing the thing to get rid of the smell? Okay.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
What should I do with the body?
First, you need to talk with the lieutenant. Then report back to the station. This is too complicated to handle on your own.
So did I get something new? Interact. ID. Jamrock Public Library.
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Billy Mejean. Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know why this is a conceptualization skill check. Maybe because it's conceptualizing a story. Right, sci-fi and thrillers. Let's look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800. You should first decide what to do with the corpse before taking any further actions. Talk to Kim about it.
Yeah, but Kim's not here, so... That sucks. Wait. I can still do this.
There's some tear. An empty...
Okay. So there was... Yeah. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Okay, so that was an unexpected thing to have happened, but okay. We can then call from down below the number that we just got. But because it's logic said to not push, so let's not push. Let's wander around here first. Oh. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of the shaded bench, covered in rust. Entree into the... Okay, what's that say? You know, ticket booth no longer in operation. It's parked here. Ah, okay, I can see cars there.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Even more bullet holes. Something has definitely happened here.
The density and spread of these bullet holes is surprising. This takes a lot of bullets. Fully automatic rifle fire.
So, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 15, so I just need 9. Let's test it.
Unable to piece together the big picture.
I just needed 9, I had an 8.
There's a hole in their hypothesis.
I'm dumb. Oh,
the scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth.
Wait, what? Can I not cross? Yeah, there you go. Money. Money. Did not know I could do this. Bolton Pilsner. What's that? No idea what that is. Is that like a close? +2 logic, -1 perception. The small wire framing inside the futuristic looking fawn people hat gives it the aerodynamic shape of a swoop ski's helmet, but none of its protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. Oh, okay. Okay. Nothing else here, by the looks of it. We can come back to the bullet holes later. So I can't go this way. Okay, interesting. Boathouse. Yep, nothing this way. Have I missed something? Like, has my perception gone lower? Because I don't see as many like random points of interest now. So my perception's not, no, it's not affected here. Ah, is it because of the drugs? Did the drug mean that I don't have thing anymore? Interesting. If it was because of the drugs that this was up. But I guess I can always come. I'm going to come back anyway. So if I do get, let's see if I have an item that can give me more perception. No, minus. There you go. This one. Okay, so what do my boots have? Composure. Okay, let's change it. Now I just want to see if I have more stuff. So I've lost composure, but that's fine. No, not really seeing much to perceive as I...
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Is that a body? Wait, I can't see anything interesting.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
What is this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
What? Okay. Okay. Heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes crumbling. That's interesting because that might be something for the future. We did say the armor might be here. Would be in the water and would appear. There's something in the water over there. Like, if you look at where my character is now, or just above him, is the rock. And then above that, like directly still above my character's head, there's like an ID card. I think it's just something in the water, like a jutting out rock or something like that from underneath the water. The water is also kind of weird because it's moving in two directions. It's like it's spreading out from here. Anyway, oh, I can't highlight the thing now anymore. It says 11 though. Remember that. Let's not talk to these guys yet. Yeah, these are the cryptozoologists. Alright. Ooh. Okay, let's talk to this dude up here.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
Cryptofascist. Okay.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revocol.
He pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Revocol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Do you know anything about the man behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So do you... wait, so you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Well, the thing is, this mug was in the trash where the guy was, so that's interesting. Just admit it, man.
Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
No, I just want info.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Oh, it's such an annoying voice.
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to go into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Chimeans run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the wording in rags, into that trash container as well?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes, what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Okay, so you did all that.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
Is that those ball things? Wait. Ooh, victim's missing armor. What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Oh, he has some of the armor. Don't mess with me, I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
Let's move on.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
So I have 6, and I can boost that up. So let's boost that up with my composure tools. Boots was it? So with that, is there anything else I can use for composure? No. Okay. We should be good unless we get really unlucky. Spirit is eternal. Wait. Huh. Oh, it's find morale. Oh, there's so many of these things. Yeah, we should be able to do this now.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Not his massive musculature.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other. resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did, and I didn't want you to know.
Does this mean that if you didn't figure this out or didn't have enough composure and you went away and came back, say, the next day or whatever, that he would hide it near the reeds, as he, like, mentioned earlier as well, actually, where that buoy is? Actually, that's pretty cool. Anyway, you see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath a thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
This is what I mean. So it's like, it's actually legit, and so he would have done that, and he would have given that hint as well, as he was previously talking.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
Give me that armor.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Ooh. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
Everyone was picking stuff off of him. Okay. Okay. Means no one really cared that he died.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here.
I'm not quite sure why I'm like leaning into some sympathy with this dude who's a crypto fascist.
Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
What was I gonna say? There's something I was gonna say. So we've got 3 of the armor set. We need one more, the thing that Kuno threw into the water. Whatever it was. Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
Do you know who killed the hangman?
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
Are we done here?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Let's look at that piece of item. Pain threshold up, volition up. Empathy minus. This vitreous enamel cuirass fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across its countless white plates. Amazingly, it fits under your coat, and it also makes pretty porcelain sounds when shaken. +1 pain threshold, +1 volition, -1 empathy. Okay, let's look at the ones that have been done. Whoa. So we got our gun. Wait, no. Wait, do we? We don't have our gun, right? Oh, we know that what's his name has it. And something like that. We did this. Yeah. Okay, so this was something we picked up and just completed. Okay. Find the traffic hooligan. This is... well, that was us. Take stuff but to guard. Wash off the death smell. Yep. Find the bullet before you get fooled. This is the secret one. Find speed and sniff it. Fridge victim's body cancelled. Because we didn't need this, yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be one of the other stuff. Tasks that we completed. Open trash container. No. Who put clothes in the trash? Yeah, completed Wednesday. So it told us that we will get this much later, but to be fair with you, it wasn't that much later. It was just a couple of days. Anyway, so I mean, we've still got a lot of find all pieces. Yep, we've got 3. Find the murder weapon. We still need to find our gun though. Do we not? We're gonna talk to Morel in a bit. Okay. Let's just make another save. Actually, that tells us right when. So it was, yeah, over a month since we last played.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
Yeah, that's with the whole story. The water lock's been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
This is a man possessed, always on the brink of some breakthrough. He won't leave if there's a sliver of hope. The great find might happen today.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
So what sort of specialised techniques is the plasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to mention something. Man's forearm. Is that really giant? I guess for an insect, yes. Why are you so interested in this stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
True, its defenses may use it for our benefit. Anyway, what have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one, which is, he did say people have seen it. They've just not caught it. But anyway, so no one's ever found one.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
But if no one can prove it exists, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says, brusquely, enough that even he seems taken aback by it.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Are you telling me that there are quite a few people here in this area who have high perception? That have high perception levels? That seems a bit more unrealistic.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for. A spectre.
Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
So I wonder if we know who these teenagers are. Whether it's the people in the fisherman's shack area, or the kids in the music, the disco music kids. Although I don't know if they're young adults instead. But we can always just check. Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis?
Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
This is a crime against passion and common sense.
Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Okay, that's just question one for this part. Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps?
Yes.
More than some, he admires this about her.
How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out.
Ah.
At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
But if it, I don't know, pukes it out, whatever is eaten, or poops it out, or, after some time it just loses weight. Although I guess if you come back within the same day, you'd be fine. But, who knows? Who knows? It's just me randomly giving out thoughts.
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
Can the locusts get out? What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
Okay, let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen him. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 40th century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
I should ask her.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Indeed.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up and come back to check the traps later?
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
That's what I just said. What if I check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I am its scion.
Well, be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near.
Oh, so it's not what you're standing on. Oh, okay. Okay, 4 in total. One is to the south on this little peninsula by the boathouses.
Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church.
Land's End to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune. Okay.
The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
The third is set near the canal where you crossed by a concrete slab. Is this... which side of the canal? Okay.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me.
Wise choice.
I'm ready.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask.
Finally, you're being sensible. I'll start packing right now.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
How did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up if you prod a little.
So you're living your childhood dream then?
It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Why not just a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real? I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
Honestly, it trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do.
My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
What kinds of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
So you have never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
Damn.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have been proven to be real. I mean, to be fair, that's, more than I was expecting.
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Hugo Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Not approvingly.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
Thanks for explaining that.
Yes?
Oh wow, we can do some more. Let's talk about specific cryptids.
Alright. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. Since you need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught one.
Willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees. They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
So I may have seen these willows.
You probably have.
And how did you almost catch a willow person?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paints. was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
I know it sounds like we were snacking on funny mushrooms, but I did see motion and colour. Mine is not a confirmed sighting of a cryptid, however. Much goes into verifying these things, and my account comes short of a few standards.
And Lena's sighting of the phasmid, is that?
Confirmed. It's 100% verified, and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
I know about the most dangerous cryptid, the gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
The dread moose?
Yes. The dread moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Hold on, does it also attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will.
Okay, so what does the dread moose look like?
Just like an ordinary Arden moose.
Then how can you tell if it's ordinary or not?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
I'm not completely sure about this dread moose.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more.
Okay, so what's the other evidence?
The recent surge in the moose population. As hidden carnivores, the dread moose are effectively removing competition for both themselves and their evolutionary cousins.
Okay. But why would it need to hide its carnivorous nature?
Moose are already being hunted for sport. Can you imagine what would happen if they came to be viewed as predators?
But, so what exactly is the relationship between the carnivorous moose and regular moose?
The carnivorous moose are a very young species, the result of a genetic mutation that fared well in the process of natural selection. It makes sense that such a majestic animal with natural weapons, antlers, would come to rule the forest. The only strange thing is that it took so long.
Are there any reliable eyewitness accounts of a moose killing other animals for food?
One slaughterhouse at the outskirts of the woods in Vasa reported that its staff kept seeing moose in the distance. The moose would just stare at the building, as though they were waiting for something, its eyes bloodshot and full of cruelty.
That does sound suspicious.
And that's not all. Some of the slaughterhouse apprentices went hiking by a nearby creek and saw a moose nibbling on an unidentified carcass.
This is kind of freaking me out, or creeping me out at least.
This isn't something unique. Various species of deer have been known to scavenge when plant food is scarce.
Anyway, there is more than enough evidence to justify a thorough search for the dread moose. Let's close the subject, before it turns into an argument.
Here is a man who has had more than its fair share of heated arguments, and would, surprising as it may seem, prefer not to have any more.
Just tell me about a cool cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
This is a gruff man who's been ridiculed too many times to feel comfortable talking about what's dearest to his heart. It's in his shoulders. His face is everything.
Well, then I'm glad you have Lena. Like, That's really nice. And so we move on. Enough tales then, let's change the subject.
By all means.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
I'll get going. So we got skill. We've almost got another one. Inspect the traps. Check the traps for more Morella. So he and his friend can get some rest. There are 4 traps in total. After checking them all, return to Morale with the news. Okay, so let's do the one that Morale just set up later. Last. Let's go to the boathouse, since we've pretty much got nothing else to do anyway. That I know of. There we go.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before.
Ground.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Okay. Oh, I like how when you highlight them, it's got like movement. Not that one. The other one did. So if you look at it again, so if I highlight it, there's all these movements. I think those are the locusts moving around. I think. Anyway, so let's finish off this side quest, if you will. So we need to go one near where the church is, which is this way. We put the bridge down, yeah. This is someone's home away from home. Okay, so there's one here somewhere. I think. No? Okay, that's weird. Is this not Land's End? Here. Ooh, what's that? That looks interesting. It's northeast, which should be here. Or up there just now. Ah, I haven't been this way. No, okay. No, my bad. I haven't been this way. I like how there's just money randomly there. I haven't been here. Is this it? No. Oh. And an item. White polo shirt. So I have, oh, there it is. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock brand Tio Mutiri. You make a mental note. Tio Mutiri seems important.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside. Man, it's lonely doing this alone. The wind seems to howl in a strange manner.
Well, I mean, technically he's not doing it alone. He's got Gary with him, so... The boardwalk rises to the south. And the dude's body is there. So, let's look at this place again. So, what is around here? Made campfire a long time ago. Control box, radio relay tower. Scarf. With the post trail toward what? What are they trailing towards? Oh yeah, what is that? Like an island area. Oh no, there's like a path. Like where those boats are, the sailing boat is, and where Joyce's sailing boat is. There's like steps leading up on the island in the middle there. Interesting. I'm so glad we have the L1 button to highlight interactable objects. So I'm interested how my perception isn't as high anymore, that I don't really see much of anything. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Oh, can I not thingy it then?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Interfacing impossible Trini. Yeah.
The concrete structure looks military in origin, over half a century old at least, but sturdily built.
I feel like this connects to that area in the middle. Anyway, so we're sorted here. Alright. So we got 2 down. There's 1 more by the canal. Did you kids? Are you the teenagers, although you're not really
The
teenagers?
scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Is little Lily your sister?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's it?
It doesn't look like he knows what that means. This one doesn't say.
Lily's our mum.
The stone kicker, the other one laughed. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they're laughing. An interesting reason, somehow the boy stops. Oh, okay. So now he's shy. Now he's not talking. Just what?
You're stupid. Okay.
Yeah, this dude here is the one who I think is the lady's husband. Can I talk to him again?
Uncle.
There's no waking.
Okay. So I'm not really sure where this other one is. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yep. Locust in there as well, by the looks of it.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden, the reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song. Louder on this part of the coast. Nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Okay, let's check out that task. Inspect, we've done 3, yep. Then let's go back. I'm surprised we don't have any fuel oil. Maybe in that bunker, the military bunker, we'll find some. And I can't wait to find the last piece of armor for the this way. Yeah.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake.
Ooh.
The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Ooh.
No locusts.
Why would I yell? It might scare it. Look closer still.
Nothing. No traces of the locusts or the Insulindian phasmid. What happened? The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Oh, so the locust just escaped?
The reeds continue to hiss around you as you put the empty trap back on the ground. Time to consult the professionals, Morel and Lena.
Interesting. And this is nothing? Yep.
You've checked all the traps now. There's nothing else to do with them. The cryptozoologists await your report.
I wonder if we came there first, because... yeah. Because we saw it earlier, it was like that as well, when the guys were there. There was no... there was no locust lighting up the area. How do I fast travel again? This way. Yeah, so let's go talk to Lena and Morel. There's not really much else to do until Kim comes back, which is a day, and I think today's the right day to have done this side part. So we did all this earlier. Can't remember if we need to do anything else now, or if there's anything else we wanted to do on our own.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation. everywhere.
What happened here?
In this yard, someone thought they could have a summer house on the beach for cheap. It didn't work out. Looks like they abandoned it. A long time ago, someone used to live here, laugh here. Thought it was a good idea to build a swing even. An intense loneliness comes over you.
Ah, that hits me. That does hit me. Kim. Thing is, I have done quite a lot at night on my own, talking to people, that talking to the fact that Kim isn't here doesn't really make much of a difference, really. Hey buddy, let's talk to you first.
Boy, am I ever so grateful to you, officer. But I'm not the only one who wants to thank you.
I'll talk to Lena.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am. It was just on my way while I was working the case.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
But I do.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
Sounds like she might be making it up, though.
But, darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
That is a way, way bigger compliment than it sounds like.
Haha, nice.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait. When was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
I'm not even sure I personally have the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
Continue.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
It was towering above her. Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
That doesn't sound like... Why is her account of it, like, genuine? Like, what criteria has she met that's made it a genuine, confirmed sighting?
Where did you go? Don't go.
What? Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen.
Oh, I think Inland Empire was trying to imagine what her own version of Inland Empire would have said. Kind of thing, like, or what her own internal thoughts were. Where did you go, as in, where did the phasmid go? And then saying don't go. Continue.
For years it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
He looks at her with admiration, forgetting a wide smile on his face. So, you were on a date?
Our first, yes.
She looks at her husband tenderly. So its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Maybe you imagined it.
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, "Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here." They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Sorry. Anyway, thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Okay.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
That's all for now. Okay. Wait. I have an item. Oh, I got clues. I got a few clues. Items. Alright. What's white pollution? Rhetoric. What's below anyway? Empathy. No, really. What the hell is below? This ship looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder, who would leave it stuffed in a tear container? What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? This might be one of life's mystery that will never be solved. Sorry. Throat's a bit tickly. Scented scarf. Shivers. 1 + 1 shivers minus 2 physical instrument. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, probably from a date. Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. Teraton tie. 1 Inland Empire, 1 Volition. Cryptid's protection. Ooh, octuple version. A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird's skull. This skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing when you can't look away. So how? It's a tie, so it goes where the neck... I don't want to take the neck thing off, to be honest with you. I will betray it if I change it for some boring stuff. However, an interesting 8-eyed Teraton tie, though. That's not boring. I think. I just like the +1 volition as well. It's just gonna bump up my morale. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to talk about the thing.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
I'm going to put the thing back on just because I know it has comments, whereas this thing won't have. I'll put the other tie on when it's more relevant.
Good to see you again, officer. To what do I owe the pleasure?
As in when I don't think the necktie is going to give a comment about some random stuff. Not that it's been all that useful, but still. Anyway, moving on. So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And
one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yeah, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow.
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly. I
like how suggestion is giving this, I guess, advice rather than empathy.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Okay. You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly. Okay. I don't know if that means I should just agree with them though. Let's try this one first.
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel. He may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses.
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Interfacing 3, okay. Do I have anything? Can I boost up interface? I'm pretty sure I can, like with this. My current gloves are half light, so that's fine. That, any other interface. +2. Okay, and my gloves right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I might as well just wear this then. I wonder what that noise meant. Oh, it's just, okay, just equipping that does it, okay. So, we done that, inspect the traps, completed. Okay.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed. as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
I may have met a kid that's the locust stealing type.
Kids? What would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
You've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Alright. Well, I don't really have much else to do, so I'll just go straight talk to Kuna. Kuno and I are like mates, right? Oh, I didn't want to make a new save. Oh. A lady who I still can't talk to. Hey, Kuna.
Necromancer pig? That shit was dark. Going in there like that. Oh, brutal shit. Tell me, Kuno dies. You gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets. Gonna look like a fucking porcupine.
Porta Rosa, a side alley of the Boogie Street Spearhead. A young man in his early 20s approaches patrol officer Emile Mullins and asks for a cigarette. As Officer Mullins reaches in his coat pocket for the pack of Astra he just purchased this morning, the man shoots him point blank in his chest. Breathless, the patrol officer collapses in the gutter. His right hand is grabbing the armor on his chest. The bullet didn't pierce it, but he can't breathe. On the pavement, the patter of the perpetrator's feet growing distant. Bleed, pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emile cannot see who. His sight grows dim with pain.
I'll be there for you, Kuno.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's plus, it's a positive modifier, so I like that. You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs. Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame.
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison.
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
What's this about?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Kuno doesn't...
Run, run! Ooh. Scrawling with locusts in here.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Sounds like you found the locust, detective.
What is this?
Heaps of leaves are rotting among the mud-caked towers. Dozens of little locusts feed on them, buzzing away with vicious joy. Kuno has really outdone himself here. It's an ode to self-expression.
I should go and ask him to stop then.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I know you took the locust from the traps the cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
I was really hoping it would be. I don't think he cares about that. You say you don't give a damn, and then you go and put the whole Bugtown.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give way.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window. So that's what this is about.
Me and Kuno have discussed this. I promised I wouldn't do that.
I don't believe you.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. She was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
I have to ask, what does the City of Locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What's going to happen to them?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Okay.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Insulindian phasmid?
He recognizes the name.
You know what that is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
As you leave, you notice his usual rooster-like swaying posture has changed. Slowed down, like clockwork unwinding. There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Ooh, have they seen it? Ooh, interesting.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck. Kuno
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Interesting. Interesting. I like how I'm still walking around with this pry bar. Oh no, it's a disco. Can I sing? I don't have music yet though.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
I had a chat with this kid, Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
Okay, so let's just go through the options first. Man, I'm really feeling this is costing me time and on my main investigation. It's not worth risking your health. You should call it a day and go home. I'd offer to help, but I have my own things to do. Damn it, maybe I can still restock the trap for you. We've come too far to quit. I'm gonna restock the trap. Let's do this. Accept enthusiastically. So, but I am still like blinded to the game. I've obviously heard chatter about some stuff here and there, and I feel like the Phasmid thing might be real, although I'm not 100% sure. I don't know whether what I heard was a Phasmid or the Pale. And the Pale is obviously real. Now we know it's real. At the beginning I didn't know it was real, so I'm not quite sure actually. But you know what, let's just do it. I'd rather accept stuff and do stuff, because refusing to do stuff kind of like leaves you out of options, I think. I just think it means you won't have the side quest to do, so you might as well do the side quest. And let's do this enthusiastically.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh scratch of locust. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Okay. It's too much to ask, I guess. Alright. 3 skill points. Sweet. Item, locust. I could just sell the locust. A cardboard box with several rows of little holes in the lid. Though at a glance, the box seems perfectly ordinary, upon closer examination it's obvious that it has been prepared with great care. Oh, I hate that it starts at the bottom. I don't know if it's just me though. First, we start the trap you left empty before. The trick is to remember which one it was. Like, really, that's the trick. I guess if it's not too, like, if you don't do it all at once, it might be tricky to remember. Oh man, how do I fast travel? I swear it was in the map. Actually, how much was this thing?
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Hmm, 50. That's all my money gone.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed. You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those. Gotta prepare for springtime.
I'll take that one for now. Just because it's +1 composure. Nylon wind cheater. It's so dynamic, it wraps around you like a membrane equipped with a stowable hood. The backside of the garment is covered in sport and summer related text. It swishes softly as you walk. I wonder what I missed out on in terms of the fast travel.
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sound. The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Okay, so what do I have to do? Wait, what? Oh, are you serious? Why can I not fast travel? How do I fast travel? Let me just quickly look this up because it's bugging me. I've been playing a lot longer than I have intended to. Disco. Fast travel in Disco Elysium. And how do you do it? You need to stand near a fast travel point. That's it. I have to get to a fast travel. I thought that might have been the case because I don't remember what that is. I remember there being one in the fisherman area. There may have been one near the church as well, actually, because I remember being able to fast travel there. The two areas I remember being able to go to. Now, what the fast travel station looks like, I don't remember. It's weird that you can't interact with it though. Surely you can interact with it. Like, is it not this then? So if I go into the map now, can I?
A cockatoo is a parrot. This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, ooh. Despite its banging name, the bang bang, you're right. Cockatoos are magnificent. Ouch. That must hurt. Perhaps the most in the words of it must be glorious to behold. Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been pet owners also report moodiness. It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day.
Oh, okay. Does that mean I failed? Oh. I don't know where the fast travel station is. Oops. Wrong one. Wrong button. You are here. Ah, now we can fast travel. Oh, wow. Yeah, so. Okay, so this is the fast travel area for this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, everyone. Oh, they've left. Who's that? Who's this? Not someone we can talk to anyway.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morale?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
So, who's going to check the traps? I kind of already assumed we were going to do it anyway.
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
You've come so far. You can't leave those locusts there. waiting on the ghost read with no one to witness when it appears.
Once more onto the breach then.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you. You've given up on the plasmid.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. That's all. Everyone is now and then.
You're in doubt about what?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
I mean, possible.
Hunching her shoulders now. She seems even smaller than she is. Like a sad young girl.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
You seem to really believe it happened.
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
I don't know if I can do this again. It's a high check, but if I get less than 4, I'm doomed. 1, 1, 2. Let's test it.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
Wait, what? Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Oh, the second one sounds so good. Normally when I think about stuff like women and marriage, I feel bad. When I think about you and Morel, I feel okay. That counts for something now. But let's go with number 1 first. Morel hated lecturing. You convinced him to do something real in this world. Only because that's more related to them, whereas this kind of makes it more about me. So let's go with 1.
But if the dream comes to naught, what good is it? No, the thing is, I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
He'd still be into you.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
The thing is, you're not sure you made it up either.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that, I'll check the traps one more time.
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Can I have your address, just in case?
Okay. It's 1113 Tabernacle Road. Jamrock, but...
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a
dream. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold, coastal wind blows.
Interesting. Alright, so... Damn. So these are all nightclub stuff, so that's going to be tricky. This is the buying the spirit from Rosemary. Find the murder weapon. Yeah, that's going to be... I don't know when I'm going to do that. Find the insulating phasmid. Okay. But I'm sure I can go back there and talk to them at some point. So at 9 everyone leaves, so is there anything I want to do before that? Maybe buy a book. Or buy a cardboard, buy a, what you call it? Board game.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles.
Oh yes, certainly. Another good sale.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Let's get the more expensive one.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals.
I don't remember what that is, but you know, what the whole story there is. Do you have anything to say?
Hi, Ace Detective.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalked. Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance.
Indeed. Something about that book does... Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
You know what? Let's get this.
Several maps. The maps look old and fake.
I'm gonna buy this book as well, actually.
Shelves full of biographies.
A true cultural touch.
Alright, so I have a bunch of stuff to read. I want to test whether I can do this.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Only an echo, a hollowed-out, dark echo.
I'll leave the books so that I can read them next time, because I'm going to stop this session soon. Lady out here is gone. Okay, interesting. She might not be there during the day. Sorry, the night.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Okay. Interesting. We can bump up our, I think, before we do that, so... Alright. So there's a bunch of things that we can do now at night, I think. But I'm gonna call it here today for the session. I forgot that we don't sleep here tonight. Is the lady still up there? Yes, she is. So we can fast travel, yeah. Oh, now I've done the thing. Oh no, it's still red there, so cool. Oh, wrong one. Let's fast travel to Fisherman's Shack. Alright. Do you have anything new?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Suggestion. Oh wow, I have like heroics 15. I have 6. And that's still a low percentage of success because I only need like 10 or 9, which is somewhat high, I would say. But I can pump suggestion up anyway, so we're fine. And I don't mind pumping suggestion up. And I do want to talk to her afterwards, so I might just leave. So we know fast travel here is from this section. Okay, cool. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me for this session. It ended up being a longer session than I intended, but I'm having, like, as is almost always the case, a lot of fun playing the game. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Apologies. So let's just check that. Yep. So yeah, so that's all for me for this session. It's been really fun. It's been a long session, actually longer than I intended. But it's been like really fun. Getting back into the game, you get a feel for the story again. Sure, I don't remember every single thing, but I'm glad I didn't talk to the church, the music kids in the last session, because not talking to them, I understand what they want and that whole situation with the church. There's a whole kind of like military bunker that leads into that central island that we see on the map, but we don't see, but we've not gone to in game. Joyce might know something about that, so there's still a bunch of things to do, to look into. I've got the hand-eye coordination thing, which obviously I'm gonna fail if I just do it. Although, yeah, I can't remember if I have to look at the bullet to do it or something like that. But we can do that next time. Either way, it's been fun. I'll probably try to come back into the game soon for another quick session. Hopefully, we'll get it sorted. Really, it's been really fun playing the game again, picking it up, and the whole thing with Dora caught me off guard. I didn't really think we'd actually be able to talk to our ex, especially in that sort of situation where it's just a random call. I was just being stupid, calling the random numbers, and then there you go. And we burned so much of our items to do that. But it's fine. It's touching, and it feels weird. So like the possibility of going on like this supposed date with the lady by the Fisherman's Shack feels kind of odd when you still have these feelings for Dora, and they're strong. You know, they're not like not strong. They're not weak feelings. They're not like have dissipated already. They're really strong. They're part of the ledger, and if you open up the ledger, it says there, you know, the option is there just for Harry to kill himself. Yeah, so it's all interesting. But that's it for me for this session. Thanks for watching. Hopefully everything's been going well. Let me just check the audio to make sure everything's been actually going well. Yeah, I think it has. I think in terms of volume and all that, everything could be louder. I could be speaking more clearly as well, as always. But even so, this volume-wise isn't too bad. I just think I could be louder, but I also don't think it's too bad. Because there's still plenty of room to pump up the volume on my computer if I wanted to hear clearly or louder. Alright, so that's it from me for this session. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.